I am so glad you are here. I'm Liz from Magus Books and Herbs in Minneapolis and at magusbooks.com online. And I am just thrilled to be here today. It is alive. We are surviving. What am I drinking? Ooh, I've got a little Eleuthero. I know we're out. I've got a little ashwagandha in here, a tiny piece of ginseng. Wow, I have my limits on that one. Some burdock root, a little gotu kola. It's delicious. It's tasty. I'm loving it. Honestly, it tastes a little bit like fall. And what am I wearing? Well, no rings today, other than my wedding and engagement rings. But I thought I would show off some of Jerry's imports. I've got this lovely beaded bracelet I thought would go nicely with the blue in my shirt. I've got this lovely inlay bracelet with a little flower on it. That would, with the black, went well with my little cardigan thingy. And this is from Sarah Cura. And it's on an adjustable. So I shortened it to the point where you guys could see it, but totally could be a choker, could be out of frame. Love these pieces. I think she just does very beautiful work. That's what we're drinking and what we're wearing. On to what is going on. So I've written down what's going on several times. Do I have my little magic slip of paper? Maybe, maybe not. But here's what I can recall, at least. We have, gosh, so many classes coming up. You're going to want to go to the QR code that you can see up in the corner of the screen if you're watching the full show, because that will take you to our events page at magusbooks.com and we'll show you everything that's going on. But we have the Alliance Coven is meeting here on Saturday at noon. We're very excited to welcome those folks. And there is a runes class after that at about 3 o'clock. On Sunday, we've got the Tarot Lab with Nancy Antonucci. That's Nooch. She'll be in teaching wonderful processes for getting to know your tarot deck. The rune class, fantastic. He's just going to go through a couple of the letters in the runic alphabet and go into what they mean, how to interpret them when you're reading. Really good introduction to the whole process of reading runes. Nooch's Tarot Lab is very experiential. She brings with her some exercises for you to try with a deck. So if you're just starting in tarot, it's a great way to enhance any reading you've done or any little booklet things you've looked up while you're doing your readings. If you're more experienced, it will broaden and deepen your understanding of your own deck. And if you're just curious and don't even have a deck yet, she's got a few spares to lend you while you're in her class. Both those classes, the Rune class and the Tarot Lab, are by donation classes. So you get to pay what you can. Some people very generously pay for themselves and other folks, and they pay a reasonable amount. Some people really can only do $5, and that's okay. It is strictly by donation. It's what you can do in those classes, and it makes it accessible for so many more people. And we love you. Just that you're there is fantastic. Alliance Coven is a completely free event. It's their pre-initiate sort of meetup. They have a list of topics. They'll be going through one of those topics today. I don't have it on me, so I can't tell you which one it is, but it will be fun. We will be having on Saturday the 15th, Jerry's Trunk Show. So I'm actually coming into work on Saturday. I'm cutting my vacation short, so come see me, please. But this is to showcase all of Jerry's wonderful wares that she has imported over the years that we took when we were at our previous location. At our previous location, we showed off a lot of her stuff, and here it's much more scaled back, and you don't have access to the full variety of things that she offers. So we're going to, on Saturday the 15th, the whole afternoon from noon to 6, we're going to have all of her scarves, bags, hats, mittens. The mittens are fantastic. I know I've raved about them before, but they really are fabulous. The little bobblehead critters, the little stuffed animal doll things, the little tiny little creatures, they're all going to be there, and so much more. There's, I'm sure, things I am forgetting to mention. Oh, the belts. How can I forget the belts? Are you relatively thin? Or are you buying for children? Come and check out the belts. They're kind of cool, actually. I like them, but there are very few that will fit your average Minnesotan, let's say. But that's on Saturday the 15th. It will be a blast back here in the classroom. You'll get to see it. It's so much fun. Coming up after that, we'll have on the following Saturday, Astrology with Adam. That's at 3. And that'll be right after the Alliance Covens meeting. So the Alliance Covens meeting every other Saturday, more or less, at noon, from noon until 2. So come by and check them out. They're a great group of people. They really breathed new life into the last group they were in when they took over the teaching, and now they're breaking out on their own. And it's just been a wonderful process to see them get through with dignity and sort of that centeredness that you need if you're going to be leading folks. Great group. So encourage you to check them out. What else? Who am I forgetting? Oh, yes. The following Sunday, there'll be a Reiki share for an hour. And then the Yule ornament event that I had to move, sadly. It's just a little later in the month, but it's going to be down there near the end of the month on a Sunday. I want to say the 23rd, but don't hold me to that because I don't have my little magic list in front of me. Did I write it down twice? Yes. Do I know where it is? I have no clue. It's just that kind of morning. What can I tell you? But that Yule ornament event is a $5 parts fee, basically. And then we're asking for donations that will go straight to the folks who run Paganicon and Pagan Pride. They are a 501c3 nonprofit organization, and we just want to help them out with how they are funding all of those beautiful events for us in the community and just show our appreciation for all their hard work. Who am I missing? Who am I missing? I'm sure I'm missing somebody. Yeah, I know I'm missing somebody that day. Oh, Chaos Magic is also coming up that day. That's who I'm missing. So Ravenwolf will be doing his next installment of his Chaos Magic class that he's been offering about every other month. It should be a blast. It always is. Come on in if you're like, I kind of just want to make it up and make it mean something to me and not worry about what some dead guy wrote down 100 years ago. Come to Chaos. Chaos is the place to be then. It really is. Chaos Magic isn't about necessarily the scary or the unknown. It is more focused on the individual and the self. The unknown of the self, absolutely. The more you explore yourself, the more you will know yourself, the less there will be that's hidden from you. It's sort of an amazing process to go through Chaos Magic. It just lets you break rules that don't work for you and don't make sense for you in a really beautiful way. And asks you to look at the rules all over again and then go, oh, actually, I like that rule. I'm going to use that rule because it works for me. I love that. Very eclectic in some ways, but based in ceremonial magic more than anything else. So definitely check that out if you can. That is most, if not all, of our events coming up. So let me also talk about our fabulous readers. Who have we got coming in today? Eshu will be in today from noon to 6. He is delightful to get a reading from. Truly just gifted reader. Heather is in. Both Eshu and Heather will be in tomorrow, Thursday. He's in for the first 3 hours from noon to 3, and she's in for the latter 3 until 6. Heather's delightful as a reader, very intuitive. You will absolutely love her readings. Friday, Ravenwolf is here from 1 till 4. You know him. You'll love him. He is one of our best readers, easily. Daryl will be in then following him from 4 to 6. He's our new Oracle card reader. He subbed in yesterday. It was absolutely wonderful to hear him give readings. It was just, I can overhear little snippets while I'm working. And it's just a beautiful thing to watch him work. Saturday, Eshu will be back again from noon to 3, and then he's followed up from 3 to 6 by Margaret. Margaret's amazing. She just is. I never see her since the audition because I'm rarely in on Saturdays, but oh my gosh, she's just spot on with her readings. She's very, very good. Sunday, we got Eshu back again from noon to 6. He's subbing in for Tracy. Tracy, we miss you. Monday, Daryl's in doing Oracle readings from noon until 2, and then Dream Interpretation with Morpheus goes from 2 to 6. And Tuesday, we get Ravenwolf again from noon to 3. And then our rune reader, Jesse, is in usually from 3 to 6 on Tuesdays. I got to watch Daryl yesterday because Jesse called in sick kitty cat. It was very sad. So We've got all that done. Those are the readers. They are $2.50 a minute plus tax. So do check them out. And of course, if you're here, we've got charts up that show you what that costs, including the tax. And when you are done and you come up and pay for your reading, we will ask you if you'd like to leave a tip for the reader. That just goes straight to them as soon as we can cash it out of the drawer for them. So they get that immediately. So enjoy your readings. They're lovely folks, all of them. Now is the time, depending on your calendar. It's either the new year or the year's winding down, and we'll have the new year in a couple of months. Either way, getting a reading for what's coming is a really good time. This is a really good time to get that kind of reading. So I'd recommend it. Even if you only get a reading once a year, sometime between now and New Year's Eve, spot on. Now for stuff, we've got a few things. This came in just yesterday. So this is handmade, box and all. Look at this. Is this not a gorgeous piece right here? The maker makes the box, decorates the box, as well as puts it together. And he makes these wands. Now, this is a handmade, labor-intensive wand. So do I have a $20 wand in my case for you? Yes, I do. Do not worry. I've got that for you. Is this a $20 wand? No, 125, worth every penny. It is a gorgeously handmade wand. So come in and check that out when you get a chance. The work is just exquisite. Sturdy, well-made piece, honestly. And then I also thought I would let you know about some new releases that have come in. So this is a relatively recent one, Sacred Wild. Now we've got this over in shamanism. I could make an argument for it going into Wicca, but honestly, Elsie Wells has written a really nice book about land spirits and connecting to them, which is why we put it over in shamanism. It's really about building personal relationships with the environment around you, the different stones that you find, the plants that you find. Oh, my Facebook folks, you're having a hard time. I'm so sorry. Hopefully you come back in. I'll be putting this up there after this is done, though, so not to worry. But this is definitely like the elementals of your space, the animals of your space, and even how to read them. And there's some really valid information on that kind of thing, not just in this book, but from all of the cultures that have and nations that have actually lived in this area of the world for thousands of years. So great book to start your exploration, working with your immediate environment. Highly recommend. We've also got a few tarot decks that have come in that are new. Easy Tarot is a relatively new re-release. This one, it's only been out for a little while in this format. This uses the Gilded Tarot deck, which is absolutely gorgeous. So you can see just a few of those cards. It's learn to read cards once and for all. It's not just a book with the meanings. It's also got some of the combinations that sometimes come up that people view as highly significant, that are hard to learn except through very difficult personal experience, or if you're kibitzing or talking with other tarot readers online or in person. So she's got some of that kind of info in here. I think it's valuable just for that personally. But this is definitely a fun little kit that makes a great gift for someone who is just starting to read tarot. The other one that I thought was kind of fun was the Green Codex Tarot. It's got a more subdued palette in terms of the art. So if you want to be sort of engaged fantasy-like with a deck, this is a good deck for you, whether you get the kit or not. But if you want to relax and sink into yourself, because that's how your intuition comes out the best, then I would recommend something with a softer palette like this one. It's a beautiful deck. Things are personalized in a way that I don't see in some other decks. Like the sun looks like a person. I just love that about this deck. So worth checking out, seeing if it vibes for you. We also got in a bunch of used decks and books just over the last couple of days. So the decks will probably be going out today that can come out on the floor, and the ones that are going online, including the full, I'm not exaggerating here, the full Salvador Dali limited edition box set. That's in the offing out there as well. So if you're desperate for it, and you don't want me to list it because you want to come buy it, call me and I will let you know the price on that, but it's going to go up online. It just is. And then the used books we've got coming in, I grabbed a couple of my faves, even though I think this one has a really goofy cover. This one has a new cover now, by the way. There's a different cover than it has here. This is the original cover. This is also the original cover for this one. This book I like because if you want to read the argument for the history of Wicca and it having a history of some kind, this book makes that argument in a very basic way. This would be like the introduction or the primer book for, does Wicca actually have any history? Is there any thought out there that's realistic? You can read more extensive tomes. You can read Ecstasies by Ginsberg. You can read both The Razor for a Goat and The Response to Razor for a Goat. They're both books out there. They're old. They're a little out of date, both of them. But it's interesting to read them both, I have to tell you. There's all kinds of good scholarship out there. Of course, Ronald Hutton would be happy to chime in and say, he's written books on it too. And they're also well-researched, worth a look at. And this one is my all-time favorite introduction to Wicca book. So if you're interested in witchcraft or Wicca, this is actually a great pickup. I love it, particularly with where we are located in Minneapolis, Minnesota, because the author, Thea Sabine, is her nom de plume. The author grew up here in the Twin Cities. She became a pagan and a Wiccan and a witch here in the Twin Cities. She did go through some training here in the Twin Cities. So it's very culturally relevant to this area especially. It's a good book no matter where you are. I actually think this is a really good general introduction to Wicca and witchcraft. But there's just an added bonus if you happen to be in this area because it's steeped in the local flavors of paganism that are offered. Great lady, highly recommend her books. She also, by the way, she went into publishing. That is how she made her career. But she started by getting a master's in education, which means she actually knows how to talk to people in ways that are age appropriate. And she had a wonderful book that was in print for quite a while that if you can find it anywhere, I think is worth getting, but you'd be getting it used, frankly, on how to teach to adults. So if you want to lead your own group, how do you avoid the pitfalls of treating people who don't know what you know like they're 5 years old? Because that can be a real turnoff for a lot of people. So how to treat adults like adults is kind of the thrust of that other book. Really great book in both cases, but these have just come in used. Some other ones have too. If we're able to sell them for under $20, they're going to be upstairs as soon as we can get them up here on our used bookshelves. Especially if they're Wiccan or tarot, any of our larger sections, we don't tend to mix them in. If the book section is teeny, we'll mix them in because we have room. But with books like these, they're going to go downstairs until there's room upstairs for them. And we do restock those used bookshelves. There's a couple of them almost every day, and usually with, that many books or that many books. It's a popular section. But you never know what you're going to find there because I don't know when there'll be room for these up there. Tarot Deciphered, by the way, also came in. Fantastic tarot book by Chang. She is a wonderful lady. She's been out here for one of the tarot conferences that's run by the local tarot community, actually by Nancy Antonucci of the Tarot Lab fame here on our show. So a really nice book if you're looking for a good tarot book. It's got a little crease on the front cover, but it's a used book. It's going to be half price probably. Whatever the market will bear sort of is how we price them. So the other piece I wanted to show you guys, because I think it makes for a great gift, let me pull some of this stuff out that goes in this kit, is this tarot kit. It comes with a gold foil Rider Waite deck, the one that Pixie, the Smith, painted. She should be credited with really making the deck. But it comes with a number of other things some people find really valuable when they're working with tarot. It comes with a little bell, because noises like that are really thought to get people's attention, which is what bells were made for, and really kind of get everybody present and in the space. A couple of these tarot card stands. They are designed to sit flat on your table and prop up a card. You see the little slit? those cards fit in the little slit, and that'll take even an oversized Crowley deck. So you know it's going to hold your cards. There's the other one that comes in the kit. It comes with a little bag of stones, little crystals. There's a crystal double point, double terminated, clear crystal, clear quartz. I see rose quartz. I see what I'm going to assume is dyed turquoise. I'm just going to say that now. Carnelian, it looks like it's in here. There's a number of stones in here to empower the deck. It also comes with the standard booklet that the deck comes with, and a bag to carry your deck in case you don't have one yet, a cloth to lay out on the table so that you can do your reading on the cloth. And we're missing a feather from this collection. It comes with 2 feathers. I'm just not seeing the other one at the moment. But I also even just love the way the box opens up. I just think I love this style of closure where there's a magnetic clasp, so it's completely flat and smooth. There's nothing to it, but you just open. And I just like that presentation. I think it's a nicer presentation than most of the kits that are out there. So I recommend this guy. Was $59.95 with the deck and all of the accoutrements. It's a good price. So I'm going to say go for it if you're ready. We sold out last holiday season, so I brought in some more for this holiday season. We'll see how they go. That's all the fun stuff I brought to show you guys. That said, since my wonderful guest could not make it, sadly, we've tried twice, so I'm sure we'll try again. I'm sure we'll get them on, but didn't quite manage to get here, and that's all right. I thought I would talk about the 9th Sabbat for people living in the United States of America. Do you know what the 9th Sabbat is? There are 8 solar Sabbats, and this is not a solar Sabbat, but I'm still throwing it in there because it's an annual once-a-year celebration. It's Thanksgiving. That's the next holiday coming up here, where we are supposed to be thankful for the fact that we were able to create this nation. Wow, what a sentence to say in these days. But I want to encourage everyone, as you are thinking about your preparations for your Thanksgiving, if you're able to lay on a full spread of any level and you have enough that you can maybe contribute to someone else's, consider doing so this year, as it looks like SNAP benefits are going to be severely cut, as not all of the emergency money that's available to fund SNAP is going to be used to fund SNAP, which means that everyone who gets a check is likely going to get less than they were getting before. And it is appallingly small amount of money that folks get for these things. And they're in need. They're in genuine need. There are children, elderly people, veterans who qualify for these things. There are people who work full-time who qualify for SNAP benefits. And that's largely, in my opinion, because inflation was disconnected from minimum wage in my lifetime. And we've seen that gap, therefore, of minimum wage being an adequate living to going further and further below that line. So I'm going to encourage you, no matter what your political views are, even what your views are on SNAP, these are people who just will not have money for food and need it. So even if it's just to help them out with transitioning, if you can, please give. But in the meantime, I hope you have your own holiday traditions that you do on Thanksgiving. I know at my house we do. I think I've talked about this in years gone by, but we always have a peanuts Thanksgiving at our house because other family members have often insisted on hosting the full turkey, stuffing, green bean casserole, Thanksgiving dinner thing, which is lovely. And we enjoy it and we go and we're happy that we're there and life is great. But we also wanted to have our own celebration. And we honestly thought the funnest thing we could do would be to have a Snoopy Thanksgiving. This means go watch the cartoon special if you don't know it. We have buttered toast, pretzels. They can be round. They can be sticks because they both appear in the cartoon in different frames, which I love. We usually only pick one because, to be honest with you, it's the only time of year we buy pretzels. There's also jelly beans. Gotta have jelly beans. And strawberry ice cream with whipped cream on top and a maraschino cherry. It's also the only time of year we buy maraschino cherries in my house, and they immediately go to a relative who likes maraschino cherries if we can get them over to them politely and kindly. So for us, that put the fun in the holiday. That, we spent years and years and years in my household driving up to have Thanksgiving with my mother-in-law over lunch, because that's the sort of the custom here in the Midwest, I find. And then we would go back down closer to where we lived to go have Thanksgiving at my parents' house, which was closer to the evening. It was a more of a late day meal, which is much more what I grew up with on the East Coast, what all my relatives seem to do. So just variations in culture let us get to both every year. And that's what we opted to do. We didn't eat a lot wherever we went because we knew there were going to be two big meals in front of us. But it's a delightful experience. We start the day, honestly, with basically candy. And we sometimes will watch, if we can, we'll watch the Snoopy Thanksgiving specials. There is more than one. There's the classic, and it is the best. And then there's ones about the Mayflower and other like historical things that, well, we watch it. We have it on. Let's put it that way. We might play a game while it's on, but we have some family fun, basically, once we get up until we have to leave to go visit relatives. And that makes that Sabbath for us. That is the custom that really brings joy to our hearts. And I think it's important, especially if you're getting together with family, that you do something like that for yourself, that you have that kind of fun when you're out with family. Family can often mean difficult conversations or awkward things, or being treated like you're still 8 years old or 16 or whatever age it was that you made your mark behaviorally growing up. And it can be a little much, right? And that includes, oh my gosh, are my kids going to get along if they're all in the same room? Not an issue for me. I get along with my only sibling, and my son is an only child. But it occurs to people. It happens. Absolutely. I've had times where my mom starts with a glass of wine before everybody gets there. She just wants the day to go smoothly. And families are families. It's kind of the part of the deal, right? We listen to fun music. We have a good time with everybody. We head home, and then we just relax. Do we do Black Friday shopping? Some years. Some years, no, we don't care. Truthfully, I have stuff. I don't need a lot of stuff. So I don't tend to go out and do the Black Friday shopping. My brother-in-law has more recently, and he loves it. So if that's your thing on the next day, go for it. If that's your thing and you're here in the Twin Cities, when you're ready for your break, because I know you started at 5 a.m. if you did your Black Friday shopping, if you're doing that this year, that's okay. Come up to us in Northeast Minneapolis. There's a vegan place just down the road there that does like burgers and milkshakes, like 1950s. It's delicious stuff, like coconut milk is all I'm going to say about that place. But it's wonderful. Great fries. Or come and have Ecuadorian food or Mexican food, or come grab a sandwich over at the co-op and sit down in their cafe space and just take a breather and come visit us. We will not be harried and harassed. So we will be a nice sanctuary for folks doing that. And if you're not spending money at the big box stores that week, and I get it if you're not, consider stopping by, because this is an independently owned shop. It's owned by 3 people. I'm the active partner. The other 2 partners are silent partners. Those gentlemen are a married couple whom I have known for many, I've known one of them for many years. The other moved to Minnesota in order to marry my longtime friend, and he is amazing as well. I always knew he had to be, because we watched one of them date. We watched my longtime friend date, and for years, my partner would go, he's not good enough for our friend. Nope, not going to work out. He's not good enough for our friend. And it wasn't until the husband came on the scene. They were like, oh, yes, this is a good guy. This is a guy who deserves our friend as a life partner. This is amazing. And they kindly let my son come to their wedding, which it was a no kids wedding. So I really appreciate it. It was great because he was learning some scary things in kindergarten, let me tell you, not from his teacher, from his peers. And having him see that wedding helped normalize something he was being taught was wrong by his peers, not his school, but his peers. And I will forever be grateful for so many things from the two of them, but especially for that. That really changed his outlook on life for the better. So I hope you guys have a lovely Thanksgiving. I hope you're planning for a great Thanksgiving. If you're planning to withdraw from the economy for that week, like Tuesday until the following Tuesday, my blessings on you. Have a wonderful time, and hopefully take some time to learn what you can do for yourself that you used to turn to big box stores for that maybe you don't need to turn to them for. Maybe there's something new you can work into your daily or weekly routine that helps you not rely on those folks so much anymore. I think that would be fantastic. For us, that has included things like making our own mayonnaise, which there are years when we do and there are years when we don't. It has included baking bread. Now, we have a nice bread machine. I admit this. And for us, it means taking more time to be with family. And I think that's really what the wage theft of the economy has done to people, is they have separated them from their family members. Think about it. There was an era in which one person worked outside the home for the majority of the people in this country. Was it true for everyone? No. Was that appropriate or fair? No. I will be honest with you, it was not. But for those who could do it, it meant there was always a parent in the home when there were children in the home. There were no latchkey kids. There were no expensive before and after school programs that you had to struggle to afford and decide whether or not it was worth going to work or whether it was just not feasible because your salary would just be going to cover childcare. And then during my lifetime, we started moving more people into the workforce. For me, if 80 years ago, for most of the people in the country, one 40-hour-a-week income was enough to sustain a household with children. And let's face it, we're talking more children than most people have today. I'm getting political today, aren't I? Oh my goodness. Then it seems to me 40 hours a week should be enough to do that today, if not even less, as we have become a more prosperous nation, we keep being told. So honestly, I think we should be moving toward a 20-hour work week. I'd compromise at 30, but it should be a time to spend with family every single day. It shouldn't be a struggle to carve that out. It should simply be there for people. So if you're taking the week off and not participating in the economy, have a blast. Look at what you can change in your life for the better, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and even with the stuff you do in your home on a daily basis. Think about visiting us if you're doing it. Stop in and say hi. Make fun of me for working. I'm good with that. But in the meantime, have a wonderful, wonderful week. I hope we see you at all the events we've got coming up. Jerry's thing on the Saturday the 15th should be a blast. There'll be so much stuff up here to look at. You can get so much holiday shopping out of the way that day, I promise. From the goofy person that needs that goofy hat, to the kid who needs the adorable little flower felt purse, to the executrix in your life who needs the purse that's oversized for the shoes and whatever it is they need to carry. Not my life, so I don't know. I stay in my sneakers all day. Thank you very much. Sneakers, tennies, what else do you call those? Athletic shoes? I don't know. Region to region, you tell me. Let me know in the comments what you're doing. And thank you for your comments, shares, likes, subscribes, points, all the things you can do. We appreciate it. It helps us get our stuff out there better because it improves our algorithm points. And I have to say thank you all, because I'm starting to see me in my own YouTube feed now. And that's hilarious. So if I share something with you, know that I'm sharing it because I know it boosts the algorithm. There's something freaky about that, I got to tell you. In the meantime, thank you for being your most magical you. We love that about you. And we look forward to seeing you here in the store at 2520 Central Avenue Northeast in Minneapolis, and online at megasbooks.com. And feel free to give us a call here if you have any questions. We're here 7 days a week, 360 days a year. from noon until 6 Central Time in the US. Blessed be everybody.